We will switch back to print media in order to know what's real. I don't really think so. I was actually going to buy the Economist yesterday. I think it's the summer issue. It must be, but it on the front it said the economies of superintelligence. I was like, oh wow, yeah, that sounds really valuable for me. I'm going to learn about the economies of artificial intelligence and artificial superintelligence in particular. That copy of The Economist was £10.99. That's about 15 US dollars roughly for a magazine. Not even a magazine, it's cheap paper. But 10.99 for a print publication. And I've got the money, I guess, but it was just like, what are you talking about? That is a mad amount of money. So I'm actually probably going to go to the local library and read it just because I want to read that one article. I think print media has a place. It is an increasingly small place. Also, you're saying that journals are proof checking content. Yes, but that is decreasing. So a huge number of news and media outlets, again, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but the economics of it are a lot of their money comes from their websites now, and a lot of that comes from clicks, and it comes from sensational rather than truly investigative journalism. So the things that actually get clicked on, and therefore they can serve adverts up on, are going to be not necessarily the most detailed journalistic investigations, but they are going to be things that are more sensational, because that is unfortunately what the general public wants. So a lot of news organizations have investigative journalism components. That is important, but very small component of what they actually do. They are media companies. They are in the business of selling advertising. That's always what they've been. Adverts have been the mainstay of their revenue streams rather than subscriptions and rather than purchases. But that has become even more pronounced in the last 20 years since the internet has come around. It's about advertising. It's about media sales. So I think it's going to be tricky to come back from that. I agree we need journalism. We need critical thinking. We need appraisals of what's true and what's not. And journalists can provide that. I just don't think that humanity as a whole will be going back to print media. I think that ship has sailed. Unfortunately, there's just too much information. The economics aren't going to work, especially printing paper and then selling it for £10.99, which is... So I think we're going to stay online, but we are going to need new systems for verifying what is true. For hundreds of years now, anyone could fake a document, text, maybe less. People could fake photos. And now we can fake video. And we can also fake live calls, I'm sure. And we can no longer trust what we see. So there is going to be a need for some kind of verification process. I don't know what that's going to be, but there will be something. I don't think it's going to be print media, though.